A very good evening to all our viewers and welcome to this edition of the Evening Review. My name is Toiwan Jabela, your host for tonight. Let's have a look at today's front page of Namibian Sun. Today we have the distinct honor of having on the show the Minister of Environment and Tourism, Pohamba Shifeta, to talk to us about a few things that concern his portfolio. Welcome to the show, Minister.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, indeed. Maybe the first thing that I want to engage you on, Minister, really is there's so much debate going on about the exposure that the environment in the Kavango region is getting from the exploration activities there for oil. As a ministry, what is your take, especially in light of this back and forth arguments that there will be fracking, that the water reservoirs will be affected by these activities? What has been your assessment of the situation?
Yes, this issue of Recon Africa doing some survey to gather data for exploration has been really taken out of proportion.
Yeah.
Both internally and internationally, there are so many misleading information. Some probably deliberate, either by omission or commission. And even if we explained, and we have done that on several occasions, to explain what is taking place in Kavango region. It is not exploration, full exploration. It is mere to gather data, geological data, to see whether there is oil, just a science of oil, to see whether there is a science of oil. And then after that, because that is a stage one, after that, if they found that there's a kind of, some leading information, by analyzing that data, they can now go for exploration. There are 3 stages, even before they go for mining. Now, we are not part of Recon Africa. I saw in one of the newspapers yesterday, say Shifeta defends recon exploration. I mean, whatever, drilling of oil or fracking. I don't defend any, and we are not also a proponent. First of all, we are not a proponent. We are also not a competent authority. Competent authority in this matter is Ministry of Mines and Energy. It's the one that grants all these licenses. What Ministry of Environment, Forestry and Tourism, through the Environmental Commissioner, and the Environmental Commissioner is an autonomous office. Environmental Commissioners, as we have them, the Environmental Commissioner and the Deputy, these are not civil servants. These are state functionaries who are appointed, whose appointments are done different from civil servants. That's why they are independent. The minister cannot instruct the Environmental Commissioner what to do and what not to do. I cannot tell the Environmental Commissioner, approve this environmental impact assessment, don't approve this, give this ECC, that is now environmental clean certificate, to this company, don't give, because their decisions are unfettered. No one in this country can disturb the decision of the environmental commissioner.
Okay.
Now, because as a minister, my duty is just to explain the law and the facts that I get from the environmental commissioner's office. I can explain the law because everything is based on the Environmental Management Act number 7 of 2007 and its regulations. I can explain the process that we grant environmental certificate, clean certificate, through the Office of the Environmental Commissioner. And we always say, and the law is very clear, if there is any person who feels aggrieved, can appeal to the minister within 14 days. And these things are done in public before assessment of the environmental impact assessment is done by the commissioner's office. There is a public information, advertisement to call people to come and air the view, even object. So that has passed. But I have been always lenient because I have discretion. Even if after 14 days somebody appeals, I have been always willing to hear that and to preside over that. Now, people go and talk, and now we as a ministry, we cannot defend any proponent. We cannot defend any applicant who applies for environmental clean certificate. We apply science when it requires that there's a higher possibility. That means there's a significant possibility of environmental damage. There's no way that the commissioner will grant that environmental clean certificate. But you see, when you want to eat a scrambled egg, you can't eat a scrambled egg without cracking it. So you must crack it. Anything, there will always be a very insignificant. Anything, even if I have to say I have to break this wall, the dust will go out. It will emit it. So they will always be, but those are insignificant. They cannot do really much damage to the environment. But where there is serious damage to the environment, that we do. So that's why in this case of Recon Africa now, there's no way that the minister will defend, have no interest at all. Just like any other proponent who comes, applies for environmental clean certificate, we have scientists to do the assessment and even to work on the environmental management plan. Because a project of this magnitude has an environmental management plan agreed upon by the commissioner how to manage it. And we are talking about a very simple, small area. And the way people are talking about it is like the whole Kavango Delta, the whole, even in conservancies. There's nothing in conservancy, one. There's nothing in one of the parks. There's nothing in any biodiversity sensitive area that the exploration is taking place. Nothing. So, and we will not allow that. So these people who cause misleading information, they really, I mean, they have this tendency of causing panic to the people. When you cause rumor, and the rumor becomes like a true story, people get panic for nothing. So people must be assured that there is no, even the fracking they are talking about. Fracking is something that is done only when you have oil. When you are extracting oil. There's no something like, there's no oil, no gas yet. So because the first stage is to see whether the data can give you a kind of a sign. A sign to say there's a sign of oil here or gas. Now the second stage, and all these stages are given environmental clean certificate. They have to be cleared. Now the second say after that, now if you now found that there's a sign of oil or gas, now the other exploration, now the full exploration go on. They still have to apply for environmental clean certificate to the commissioner. Then after that, if they found now that there is oil or gas, but how viable it is economically, because you can't mine something that is not economically viable. So if it's not significant, there's no need, because you will not be able to get anything from that. So now all these three stages, they have to get clearance from the Environmental Commissioner. Now, when it comes to drilling now, that's the time after they 2 stages, pass through 2 stages. Because if they don't pass even this one, if the data collection gives, after analysis, gives that there's no sign of oil, there's no need to waste money do the exploration.
Indeed. But what is your assessment, Minister, of the fact that these critical voices, these voices of dissent towards this project, are mostly on foreign soil? It's not really Namibians, if you look at the numbers of voices that are opposed to these things. And there are people who are coming out and say, oh, some of these voices are coming from countries that actually produce oil. Is it really a genuine concern, or they simply want to suppress the possibility of us having the same resource in our country? What is your assessment of just where these voices are coming from?
Yeah, I also sometimes think that this is probably jealousy, and our people then start buying in, our own local people. You are doing the same thing, but you don't want others to do it. We have the capacity to do assessment of any environmental impact that can be caused by any project or any activities. And this is one of the listed activities. And there's no way that our scientists, even I am standing here, I can be held liable. And I don't want that. I have to make sure that whatever is taking place, it's properly assessed on the impact of the environment, especially this kind of projects. And we do monitor. There is inspection, even on this kind of project. Every time you have, they have a schedule to go there on site and see what is taking place. Because that site is small. It's like a less than 2 sport field. You know, it's a small place. And the wells that we are talking about, where they are collecting data, they were only given 3. But now they are only doing on 2 wells. And this is now a well of 30 centimeter. It's like a normal well that we do drill for boreholes. That's bitter 30 centimeter radius. So there's no emission. So what we are trying to do is to say, let those foreigners who think they are so much caring about Namibia, and we have been doing wonderful jobs. That is why when it comes to biodiversity conservation, we are leading in the world. Now, no one can come and teach us what to do. We're supposed to teach them what to do when it comes to biodiversity conservation. So they must listen to us.
Indeed.
Some of them, they finish their things, they damage their environment. Even if you go to the beaches, there is nothing that you cannot even swim there. The water is very dirty, but they want to teach us what to do. So these are foreign missionaries. They come and they influence our people, and our people buy in. But our people should trust that we have professional people in the Environmental Commissioner's office. These are professional people. We don't need people from outside to do all this work.
Indeed.
So,
indeed, Minister. So now coming directly to your ministry, because you said, of course, this issue is more of a mines and energy portfolio matter. In your own case, also you are facing your own fires from, again, voices of dissent regarding the elephants that you are trying to sell through auctions, 170 elephants to be specific. You know, can you assure the viewers and everybody who's watching tonight that this is being done in the best interest of the country, is in the best interest of what our environmental laws stand for, and everything to that effect?
Let me first and foremost state that whatever we do as a ministry as a whole, our responsibilities, whether it comes to environment, tourism, and forestry, protection of our environment is our main function. And this delivery of our constitution, the Namibian constitution, the only unique constitution in the world that talks about environment, protection of environment, very, very in details. Article 95L, it's very clear. And our environmental laws comes from there. They derive it from that. Our Environmental Management Act, Act number 7 of 2007, our regulations on that, and the conservation also amendment that we do on nature conservation, they're all from there. The Game Trust Fund, the EF, all these acts came from there. And ours is to make sure that we manage our biodiversity. We put proper management and strategies to ensure that our population of wild animals are growing, and we manage also conflict between human and wild animals, because there will always be conflict where there are animals and so now you have those who want to make money because they want to fundraise. They use Namibia because they know Namibia has got a population of animals, a lot of them. Now they don't really have interest in making sure that Namibia conservation is done in a proper way. Their interest is to make money. So that's the way they have a project to fundraise. When they make noise, they get money. Otherwise, there's no anything that they tell us what to do. So we have the capacity to manage our biodiversity. I can tell you this, the population of wild animals now in this country. After independence, before independence, there were proper management was not done because of wars. And the much animals, either you had abattoirs, elephant being culled of course, for ration for soldiers, South African soldiers, because when they had sanctions in Etosha, there were big abattoirs, and the Babata National Park, big abattoirs, culling. There were many elephants. But at independence, around 1995, there were only about less than 7,000 elephants in the country. So we have to come up with a proper policies and laws to manage our biodiversity, to make sure that the population increase, and even introduce some wildlife registers from the normal ones in the park, outside the parks, and in the freehold land, that is now commercial farms. So the population have grown to the extent that today, from less than 7,000, we have more than 24,000 elephants. Imagine, and you can understand that the habitat has been shrinking because of human development. They are encroaching in the wildlife habitat. So we have to expand the range to say, let us introduce this animal into communal land. That's why we have conservancies. We have 6 conservancies now. And most of these conservancies, these animals, we put them there, not only elephants. Now, apart from that, we have modern buffaloes and many others. They grow from buffaloes that were just in this country, they were just less than 4,000. Now they are more than 10,000. Now we talk about those that are outside, not the one, the free disease one in the border belt. And this increase the human wildlife conflict. Now selling the elephants. Now when we take decisions, we just don't wake up and let's go and sell elephants or let's do this. We have a program, wildlife management program and elephant management programs in the country. So our decisions are informed first and foremost by the principles of sustainability and application of science. So we need to, when we decided that, we have already done the research. How many elephants that are causing problems in communities? We have some in Kamanya, have some health. We have already done all the research and even chipped some of them so that we can track them throughout the country, where they are. And we know that these are the ones causing problems. Kamanya, Omashete, Kavango, Chunkwe, Hurotfontein areas, and some areas, they are damaging people's crops. Now, we do not know what to do there because we have been trying to apply some other ways to scare them. For instance, hunt some of the bulls. But we realized that it is not going to be well, because when you hunt bulls, you end up just disturbing the breeding process. So you better just take the whole herd that's problematic, sell it, take from there, take from that. That is not even 0.1% of the animals we have. So you just take the problematic ones. So it is something that we have been doing. It's part of our biodiversity conservation. That is part of selling of animals. It's part of our program.
Indeed. Speaking of elephants, Minister, there was also this huge debate about the piles of elephant tusks in our reserves here, and government has been trying so hard to actually sell them off commercially, and you are being told by international, I think it's sites, that is saying that you must just burn them up. What is the status of that campaign right now?
We told them off, even at international forums. We told them Namibia will not burn its resources.
Yeah.
If you want, come, we give you a price, you buy it, you go and burn this task in your country. But we want money. It's our resources. If you buy them and go and become your asset, we have no problem, but you don't burn them here. You burn them outside Namibia. We have no problem. Anyone, we are in a process still to see where it's viable based on our domestic laws and international laws. That is CITES. Whether we can sell these stockpiles we have. We have stockpiles of tusk and rhinos, horns there. And we need to sell them because the management of this asset, it's costly. And it's posing some kind of security challenges. Because you have such asset in the bank, more than $1 billion Namibian, for instance, and then you have to manage them, but you don't know what to do with them because there is these restrictions of selling. When you do sell, they make noise. That's why in this case of selling elephants, it is a transparent thing. Normally we do it based on our laws. Finance Act is very clear. The Treasury instruction. So we get approval from finance, and we agree on the price, the ceiling price, the minimum price for each unit. So, and when we sell this money, when it comes, we will be able to tell people that this is the money that we got from there, and that money is deposited on the Game Trust Fund. That's the fund that manage our conservancies, our parks, and the money is managed there. There's a board there. So now, when we do this, we know what we are doing as a country, because we know how many animals, the carrying capacity. We've been also selling buffaloes. Like Waterberg has got only a capacity of carrying capacity of, for instance, 400 buffaloes. But now there is more than 1,000 buffaloes. It's very, very detrimental to the environment. So we have to sell this. We can't continue just shooting resort this animal to meat. Now we sell, when people have problems, we just go and sell. These animals are, the value of a buffalo is more than 100,000 Namibian dollars. Now when you sell, it's not a cow. Now I said, no, we need to come up with not only conservation part, but also kind of commercial part, where parks will be able to manage themselves, sustain themselves with the money that comes from there. So we stop now just culling these buffaloes. That's why I said, let us sell them, even at some around minimal, say 70,000 or 50,000. But on this case, we do not want, because we have to reveal the names of people sometimes. Some bidders, they don't want to be revealed, because once they get that, they get threatened. Their families have been threatened by these hooligans, calling themselves animal rights groups. They are hooligans. They are just, that's how they fundraise. They don't even understand the clue. I asked, one time I said, they must come, whoever has a problem, with us managing our biodiversity, especially our wildlife, selling them or so that's our part of our management, because the communities are the ones who feel the pinch. They don't feel anything. Whoever has got a problem, and that person has got a farm, I am willing to give, and that is true, I'm willing to give that person a pair of elephant, a pair of lion, a pair of buffalo, a pair of hippo and crocodile if he's got a pond there, a pair of cheetah, a pair of leopard, to live with it. He will not live with it for 2 days. He will call me, whether he has got 10,000 hectares. So what about those people who are suffering? Every day they call you, elephants are in our field. And we because we have to trace this elephant, we know which herds are problematic herds that need to be uprooted, taken out as a family, and sell it somewhere, either in a farm, in one of the farms here who have got the capacity to have these elephants. Some of the people who are buying this are Namibians, locals. They want to stock them in the farms. So that is part of our wildlife management. Especially elephant, lions, buffaloes, we have management for each of these.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Now, Minister, because you have done so well in your portfolio for a long time, ever since you became a full minister, you've done an excellent job. Namibia continues to be praised for its good management of environment, the entire biodiversity space. There are people who believe then that it's time for you to elevate. You can no longer just be the minister. It's time to lead the country at some stage when the opportunity comes. Is it something that crosses your mind?
See, listen here. It's not me who have done well. I'm not alone. I have a team.
Yeah.
We are a team in the ministry. We have a very wonderful team.
And you're providing that leadership.
Very wonderful. I'm providing leadership. Even if you provide leadership and you have people who are useless,
yes,
you won't be able to manage. But I can tell you, the ministry, even when we appoint people, when we put people in positions, we study them first.
Yes.
Who can do what? And I always tell people that this thing of putting your friends and your families in position, you are destroying them. If a person has no capacity for that position, better not expose that person. You study a person and say, look, this person can fit in this portfolio because has got a track record of doing best in that. So you put that person. Then you are surrounded with colleagues who are capable.
Yes.
So it is really not me. I can't say it's me. It is because of the team we have in the Ministry of Environment, Forestry and Tourism. A wonderful team. A wonderful team from the accounting officer with ED, the deputy EDs, we have them there, 3 of them, and the directors and the deputy directors, the management, whole entire management. Of course, you will have 201. Maybe they did not come there by merit or so. Those are things that you get. But the majority of them, they are very wonderful. Down to the last person, they are motivated, they are working hard. So mine is to say I enjoy my portfolio where I am now. Yeah. And when I'm deployed by the party, where I'm deployed, I don't think of going anywhere until the party says so. So maybe I will retire. Yeah. I will retire without reaching my retirement age. Yeah. I can do that, go to my profession, practice and do something. Yeah. But I have never thought of anything than what I'm doing now.
But if the party says, look, Pohamba, we know that you possess the qualities that we need for our next, maybe top 4 Congress next year. Top 4, we want you to feature somewhere there. You'll be able to hit the call and answer the call.
We are not yet there. So, you know, this thing, we have a head of the party, we have a leadership. When things come then to that, when discussion comes to that, they will be able to say who can do. Yeah, sure. So I don't like, and that's not my nature. Yeah. I've been in leadership since Nanso era. I never been, no one saw me, even on the social media, campaigning for any portfolio. Sure. I don't campaign for any portfolio. Indeed. I don't say I can do better. put me here, put a social media. You have never seen me doing that.
Yeah.
If we know each other in the system, I mean the organization, we know each other. So there's no need for me, and I don't even think of maybe I will get to that. No. Where I am, where I'm settled, deployed, I do my work.
Sure.
So that arrangement we can only talk about that when the leadership, and of course we have the president of the party pronounce himself. That's now when we can discuss about those kind of things. But for now, where I am, I like it. I enjoy my job. You know, it's good when you enjoy your job.
Yeah, very important.
You don't. Of course, you learn.
Yeah.
I always tell people that learn in the job, even if you didn't like the job.
Yeah.
When you get there, you cannot be there for 12 months and you have not mastered the job.
Yeah.
You must do it.
Indeed.
You must master the job.
Indeed.
And enjoy it. Therefore, you enjoy it when you master it.
Yeah, indeed. No, that's actually the reason I'm asking, because you belong to this new generation now of younger leaders in the party, and of course your track record in leadership, and of course there'll always be that temptation by fellow party members who have kept track of your work to say this man can do a better job. But I respect that maybe it's not yet the ripe time to discuss that. Maybe finally, Minister, engage me on the latest regarding the Kora Music Award matter. I know that you've been fighting to trace Ernest Ajovi, and you took the matter to court. What can you tell us about that? What is the status?
Yeah, this case is still in court.
Yes.
I think the trial will start this year. We are waiting for the trial. You know, when we go back to the background of what exactly transpired, as a line minister, because the money came from, you know, NTB. NTB is supposed to buy some kind of advertisement package. When this gentleman came here wanted to put up this Kora Award. We heard of Kora Award, but I never knew this. I never even knew him and the team. So he was brought by Namibians, businessmen, who brought this person. Though we have this program, we heard about it. It happened in South Africa. It happened in some other countries. We thought these people are genuine. But I can tell you that in this world there are crooks and thieves. When they talk, they sell to you nice words. But at the end of the day, you find yourself trapped in. So I have been questioning some of the things. Of course, this case is sub judice, and I don't want to get into the details of it, because evidence in issues, in every issues, will be detailed when the trial starts. That's why when we don't want to influence the court as to what, and I have said it already. I have explained to people as to what the ministry's intention is, and also why we did not allow it to go that way, that we just leave it. We decided we are going to, I instructed the NTB, that is a tourism board, to sue them, the company, and to sue people who were behind. This is 21 million, it's a lot of money, Namibian money. And you know, these are literally thieves, and I can say so. No one can take him to court for that. If he's ready, you can quote me. I'm saying in public, these are thieves who just organize. It's an orchestrated scheme to come and you know, and get money from the NTB. Even if they're saying, you know, it just failed. I don't want to get into details, but when the trial finishes, I think we'll be able to go in. But it's a lesson to us that nothing like this, and I told institutions that are in our ministry, should have happened again. We could avoid it, because some of the thing I was even suggesting, why not having this money in Namibian account and only taking that out of the money. When you get a kind of, when you are purchasing, then you take. So the thieves were so clever, they said, no, they have to do this and that first. So maybe, but we learned a lesson from that.
Indeed. So then the final question will then be to say, you can state on record that on the part of government that the intentions were genuine, because the perception out there in the public is that it was an orchestrated scheme in collaboration between those private dealers and government to sort of steal. Can you tell us on record that maybe due diligence was not done? You've said that there are lessons learned. Maybe due diligence is one of the lessons that you've learned there. But you can state that from government's part, the intentions were genuine.
The money is, whether it was aimed for Namibia Tourism Board, it's still government money. And the government cannot steal from itself. The functionaries of the state, I have checked exactly what transpired. And that's why I said these guys were just thieves. They were organized. And probably within our Namibian business people, whether they by commission or omission, they were really putting pressure even everywhere to NTB, this and that, even lying. And those things will come in court. And I'm happy. That's why I instructed NTB, there's no way, even if the Attorney General office, then they did not want to litigate. I said, if the Attorney General did not want to litigate, I instruct you to take a private lawyer and litigate. How much it costs, we want to find the truth on nothing. That's why I did not leave it there. The Attorney General said, we are not going to, it's a waste of money. That's now the Attorney General then. We're not talking about the current Attorney General. So it's a waste of money, we don't need to go in that. But they were the ones who drafted the contract. They drafted the contract, so I said, let us do it, because we want things to come out there. So that I can tell you that as functionaries there, we were caught in a situation where we trusted people. We thought it's a true thing, but because of that, probably they were just luck. They were just lucky that it was just their luck that they managed to do that. And the NTB probably did not also do proper checks and to ensure that things. But all these things will come out there. What transpired, even the lies they were lying, telling people, you see, we were where, we were told, we were instructed to do this, is completely lies. You know, using names. You know, in this country, I don't know what this crooks, where they learn this thing of, you know, name dropping. Name dropping is too much here in this country. If people want to do something, because they know that you not go, you have no even communication with the other person, the high office. Say we use the high office name. Say, hey, now we were sent. Now this is too much, and discrediting the office, which is highest office in the country. So maybe because the man is peaceful, it doesn't. So now you have those kind of things. You have people using the name of somebody, not only anyway. They use the name of ED, executive director said, the minister said, you have all these people, name dropping. It's too much in this country.
Indeed.
So, but all these things will come out.
Indeed.
Trials, I mean, of this nature, especially when it comes to whatever happened, government, state money, it's like state money. This is not the government money, state money. When you talk about state, it's inclusive. It's everybody's money.
Indeed. Indeed. Minister, thank you very much for coming through. I appreciate your thoughts.
Welcome.
Yes. That is Minister Pohamba Shifeta speaking to us, of course, about a variety of topics, commenting on a variety of thoughts that have been coming his way, and of course clarifying some of those issues. Thank you for watching.